Okay, so we are back on the B roads. There you go, cruise control at 50. I'm not speeding, no, so you can keep your tickets. And they're on your ass all over the place. It's crazy. Other than that, the dashboard here gives quite a lot of information, I find. I thought of it quite confusing in the first few miles. You obviously have your speedometer right in the center, which is very big and very visible. Then you have the tachometer down on the side right there, which basically you never really look at because you're driving an automatic anyway. Down here behind my steering wheel is a clock, which I don't really care about. It doesn't seem to work, by the way. There's a temperature information right here. Why not? Over here on the left is something very complex and what I found very intriguing at first. At the top you have what would be the equivalent as well from BMW as the econometer. It gives you the instant fuel consumption, which is something that you would rather keep your eyes off most of the time, because you know the Germans have a very developed sense of humor. They only make it go to 20 liters to 100, and most of the time your needle practically goes off the scale, which is amusing to some extent until this little orange light comes on, and it does so very often. But that's the way it is. When you have 326 horsepower, you have to give everybody, you know, their share of fuel. So it's reasonable. I'm okay with that. Otherwise, you have down there the oil pressure, which is a very important information. Obviously, when you start the car, it just basically goes fully up, which is good. So I'm guessing, you know, it goes up to 3. So I'm guessing we have more than 3. There is no unit, so it might be PSI, I suppose. But either way, it's well up the scale, which is what we're looking for. There appears to be some telltale light in case it drops drastically, which is also very reassuring. Now, on the bottom left, we have the water temperature information, which is also very important. Now, when the car is warm, it hasn't moved. It's slightly over 80 degrees Celsius, which is very reasonable. And so everything seems to be working fine. On the underside, you have all the telltale lights that tells you when things tend to go wrong. Nothing is wrong up to now, so fingers crossed, let's keep it that way. And I thought that my bum was very hot, but I did forget to turn this off. So that keeps you very, very warm, actually, which is enjoyable in this cold day. Quite like it. Thank you very much, Mercedes Benz, for warming my arse. This is a very, very, very well equipped car. It has the central locking, of course, which you can control from either side. The 3 positions, you know, these seats that are adjustable in pretty much any position that you like. It even has these switches on the side that inflate or deflate the backrest, which is beautiful. I love it. In fact, I heard that about 20 patents went into building these seats. The structure is made out of thin-walled magnesium, which was very innovative for the day. And the seat belts, 3-point seat belts, are integrated into the seats. They are electrically adjustable in height as well. And pretty much everything is adjustable in this car. It's everything is at hand. It's very, you know, very rigorous as you can expect from a German car. Wonderful. So right now we're burbling along at 1500 RPM, consuming about 5 liters to 100 because it's nice and flat. So there you go. That's 1989 technology. This car was built in 91. So it's one of the early models. It's the pre-facelift, which occurred in 95, I believe. And now we're going uphill, so fuel consumption has gone up. But as I said, we do have 326 horses to feed, so I'm pretty okay with that. It's normal, I should think. think this car can be brutal if you want it to be, but most of the time it's just your regular, Hollywood Boulevard cruiser. If on a sunny day, just drop the top and stick your cruise control on and just burble about comfortably, and there you go. And in case you happen to be lucky enough to live in Germany with the beautifully surfaced autobahns and no speed limits at certain sections, you can just hammer down and be on your way very comfortably at pretty high speeds. See, we're going uphill now, and the econometer needle is off the scale. Ha ha ha! Let's only put 20 liters to 100 on this 5-liter car. Very funny, guys, very funny. It's off the scale all the time. And really, quite honestly, it's worth it. It's worth it. The sound is beautiful. Very discreet. Sort of growling lazily. I enjoy it. Who can't? I mean, you know. The 100. There you go. Have to do it.